We need to talk about this insane situation involving Denise Huskins and Aaron Quinn, whose names you might be like, they sound so familiar. And that's because they were at the center of a situation that was dubbed the real-life Gone Girl. And they're now the focus of a new docuseries called American Nightmare. So let me break it down for you. Denise and Aaron, they start dating shortly after Aaron breaks up with his then fiance. And in early 2015, 7 months into this new relationship, Denise learns that he was actually texting his ex about how he wanted to get back together. So she confronts him, and for 2 weeks, they try to work through it, trying to rebuild trust. Within one of these nights, going upstairs to sleep around midnight. In this, after an emotionally exhausting round of trying to talk through this in their Vallejo home. But then, 3 hours later, they're woken up by this blinding light, with a voice in the room reportedly saying, "Wake up, this is a robbery." When they looked, they said they saw at least 2 men in wetsuits, with one of them throwing zip ties onto the bed, ordering Denise to bind Aaron's hands and feet, and Aaron recalling to ABC.
He got my laptop and then forced me to give up my social security number, my bank accounts, tells me I need to stay there till the morning. I have to call in sick to work, and they had given me Denise's passcode to her phone. I needed to text her boss and tell him that she had a family emergency, was going to be gone for the week.
Then one of the intruders strapped swimming goggles covered in duct tape over their eyes, placed headphones over their ears, gagged them, and sedated them, then taking Denise outside, forcing her into the trunk of a car and leaving Aaron to pass out before he could call anyone. And when he woke up the next day, even though the intruder had made threats, he called 911. With him then going down to the police station, giving a statement, telling his story. But pretty soon, he realizes, oh, they think I'm lying.
The story that you're telling here, I ain't buying it all. Listen to me. There ain't no frogmen came into your house. Nobody dressed in wetsuits or... It didn't happen.
With the detective then accusing him of killing Denise during a domestic dispute. So Aaron lawyers up. And that same day, the San Francisco Chronicle receives an email from Denise's kidnapper with audio proving she was still alive.
My name's Denise Huskins, and I'm kidnapped. Otherwise, fine.
With that, along with the kidnapper's manifesto and a ransom demand of $8,500. Meanwhile, Denise says she had been raped twice at a remote location by her kidnappers. With then just 2 days later, Denise being found alive and alone some 400 miles away in her hometown of Huntington Beach. With her telling ABC,
when he opened the car door, I thought, like, this is it. Either I'm gonna hear a gunshot and that's it, or I'm gonna get pushed off a cliff. And it was guiding me, and I thought I was walking to my death. And then I heard a door close behind me, and I pulled up the blindfold, and I thought, oh God, he is going to release me.
So the cops are like, okay, maybe Aaron didn't murder the girl, but we've seen and or read Gone Girl, so we know how this story goes. And that same day, they hold a press conference, and they publicly accuse the couple of trying to pull off a hoax.
Mr. Quinn and Ms. Huskins has plundered valuable resources away from our community and has taken the focus away from the true victims of our community.
But then, pretty soon after, Denise's attorney gets a copy of yet another email the kidnappers sent to the Chronicle, and it's just like straight up bizarre. With them describing themselves as college-educated career criminals, even drawing comparisons to the crew from Ocean's 11, and saying that they only abducted Denise as training for more high-profile targets. Also saying she wasn't even the intended person, saying they were actually looking for Aaron's ex-fiance. With them then going on to explain they actually felt so bad about that, and so that's why they let her go. But that's also not where it's done, because then they also sent another letter to the Chronicle threatening the Vallejo police if they didn't apologize to Denise, saying, quote, "We cannot stand to see 2 good people thrown under the bus by the police and media when Miss Victim F and Mr. Victim M should have received only support and sympathy." So it's all weird as all hell, but get this, we're still not done, because everything changed again 3 months later when another home invasion case eerily similar to Denise and Aaron's story popped up near Vallejo. It was another attempted kidnapping. But this time the couple fought off the intruder who dropped his phone before running away. Friends of the police were able to trace the device back to 38-year-old ex-Marine and Harvard Law School graduate Matthew Muller. And get this, inside his home and car, they found Aaron's laptop as well as a pair of duct tape goggles with blonde hair. So ultimately, that piece of shit gets 40 years in prison. It was victims say, that's not enough, especially because Denise and Aaron claim that there was more than one kidnapper, right? So we're talking about potentially co-conspirators still at large. So I guess there is a silver lining for Denise and Aaron, right? They ended up getting $2.5 million as part of a settlement in their lawsuit against Vallejo police. But still, it could be argued that it is hard to put a price tag on this level of trauma, harassment, defamation, but it is better than nothing, all things considered. But I think the final thing that fucks with my head about this story is that seemingly the monster or monsters who terrorized these people, put Denise through this nightmare, they were seemingly so much more empathetic than the police, who victimized Aaron and Denise, tried to assassinate their character, actually successfully for a long time, and after all said and done, they give out a sheepish whoopsie. Because understand, I'm trying to make this situation consumable for you in, my daily show format. Watch a documentary on this, deep dive into this situation. You will be fucking livid if you're not already. But that's where we're gonna leave this one for today, and I gotta pass a question off to you. What are your thoughts here? Let me know in those comments down below.